I have a genuine question, right? I see a lot of Black Americans that are like, yay, excited about the TPS ending, send the Haitians back. My question is why? Why are you guys so adamant about sending them back? What have they done to you guys that you feel like send them back?
I'm starting to see a lot of disrespect, and y'all know I don't have no problem with no Haitians personally, but I've been seeing a lot of Haitians go online, especially on this video that I'm showing you, where they're talking about getting deported in TPS, and we have Haitians make comments about us as if we are physically doing things to them. They're more mad at the perception and the things that we're saying in our country that we have the right to say than actual systems in place that's kicking them out and doing things. More angry with us than the 5% of the mulattoes and the whites that own all the money and the resources in their country. So I find it really interesting that us saying things is more powerful than actual physical harm being done.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all, we back with another video, man. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and to better understand the self. So listen, they are heating up on TPS with a lot of ICE agency. A lot of ICE agents is going to Ohio and Florida to ramp up these deportations, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I'm gonna let y'all know how we feel, you know, about this whole situation and what's gonna happen or what we think gonna happen. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's get it.
Joining us, I'm Luli Ortiz. Jim has the night off. A midnight deadline is fast approaching for hundreds of thousands of Haitians all across the country. Temporary protective status.
Oh, she gonna say Jim has the night off. That's you kind of put the man business out there like that. That was unnecessary.
Status is set to expire in less than an hour, leaving many families uncertain about what comes next and what options may still be available. More than 150,000 of them live right here in Florida, including many across South Florida. CBS 12 News reporter Victoria DeCardenas explains what's changing, who could be affected, and the resources advocates say people should know about right now. Victoria.
Luli, this isn't about the uncertainty about where to work legally. It's about what happens next. Now, as that deadline is just minutes away, ICE says that it's ramping up its enforcement operations involving Haitian migrants.
Yesterday, 350,000 Haitian immigrants lost their protected status. It's the largest expiration of TPS status holders since the Trump administration began its immigration crackdown. And the country they're being sent back to currently has a level 4 do not travel advisory from the State Department. The advisory cites gang violence, kidnapping, terrorism, and a collapsed healthcare system. Haiti's own migration officials are expecting 1,000 deportees a month from the U.S. And sending these migrants back to Haiti will impact countless of Americans' lives too. 1 in 3 Haitian TPS holders nationally works in the U.S. healthcare system. Florida alone, where half of all TPS holders live, 113,000 of them work in hospitals, nursing homes, and home healthcare. Florida's largest nursing home association wrote to DHS, warning that 35,000 healthcare workers in the state could be gone. A Boston hospital that heavily relied on Haitian certified nursing assistants is preparing for what comes next. The U.S. is facing a rapidly aging population and is already in a healthcare worker shortage. Deporting over 100,000 of them to a country our own government says is too dangerous to visit is a self-inflicted crisis with no good explanation.
So the only thing that makes Black Americans in the United States different than Black Americans that are Haitians is that they won their freedom. They won your freedom as well. But it's clear that from the cutoff.
You won the battle but lost the war. The white team came back in 1825. You only had 21 years of freedom, and after that, it's been destabilization ever since, from the governments, from the globe, been taken out, and everything. This is why you rubbing shoulders next to us, the United States of America. Black Americans been free and have free communities way before 1804. Hundreds of thousands of free people to color. The siege of Savannah was never about helping Black Americans. It was only about making the white tee look at them and recognize them. So they put their body at the forefront and became body bags to help them get away the white tee French, just so they could be recognized by the white tee. Dessalines was unalive in the most terrible way ever, right? People brag about him, but they assassinated him, chopped his body up, and fed him to the dogs. Jean Baptiste, who found Chicago, was nothing but the white tea tool who helped white tea expansion because they couldn't defeat the American Indians, the dark American Indians. So they used somebody that looked like them to help expand white tea expansion and expand them westward. Unlike a lot of people, we have ethnic and cultural pride, so we're never going to say if it wasn't for Black Americans, there would be no Haitian Revolution. But when you, for some reason, you guys like to say if it wasn't for Haitian Revolution, nobody would fight, and you are the only quote-unquote free Black nation. But here's Black Americans that went and helped during the Haitian Revolutions. It was fighting side by side. Anything that Haiti did was always for his best interest and his self-interest. It was never about helping everybody. It was never about freeing everybody and being the leader and liberation for all. It was about being a leader and liberation for itself. Haitian Revolution was.
Yeah, I remember that video. I had them dudes that was saying that, you know, we've been exposing more and more that how the YTs in America, they use outsiders, people that are not from America, but they're Black. And they use them to play games to sell certain things, to make things seem a certain kind of way. And these people take that as they like, hey, we did something in America, with understanding these white tees been using y'all, Africans, Caribbeans, to just pass on what, so they can get over on us.
Always about itself. This is why Toussaint signed an agreement with White T. Moulton, Thomas Moulton, to not intervene with the White T and what they're doing in Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and multiple countries. And so what they did was sign this agreement, which means if they didn't sign this agreement, Jamaica wouldn't have its independence in 1962. They would have had their independence in the 1800s alongside the Haitian revolutions, but they worked with the White T to continue to allow the White T to devastate and economically undermine Jamaica. But it wasn't just Toussaint, it was also John Dessalines, who also signed with the White T and made deals not to intervene or have any rebellion against the White T, and allowed them to run rampant in Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and all these different places. Look up the deals and the diplomatic agreements that they had with the White T. So like I said in the beginning, they won the battle but lost the war because they was going against multiple European nations at the time during that battle in 1804. But this is why in 1825, when they came back with their naval ships and their big boom booms, they didn't have no European nation they were fighting against. Now it's just mano y mano, Haitians versus White T, and the Haitians gave it up. So when they say if it wasn't for the Haitians, then there would be no Louisiana Purchase, well, that's not really accurate, right? Because they was going against many European nations. And in that sense, we could say, well, if it wasn't for the European nations, there'd be no Louisiana Purchase. But we're not going to sit there and act like the Louisiana Purchase was a good thing. All that did was White T expansion. That's all that did. More enslavement and White T expansion westward, right? So the Louisiana Purchase wasn't really a good thing. Now, I'm not here to disrespect nobody. I'm not here to get angry, but I'm starting to see a lot of disrespect. And y'all know I don't have no problem with no Haitians personally, but I've been seeing a lot of Haitians go online, especially on this video that I'm showing you, where they're talking about getting deported in TPS, and we have Haitians making comments about us as if we are physically doing things to them. They're more mad at the perception and the things that we're saying in our country that we have the right to say than actual systems in place that's kicking them out and doing things. More angry with us than the 5% of the mulattoes and the white tea that own all the money and the resources in their country. So I find it really interesting that us saying things is more powerful than actual physical harm being done. So I just want to clear some real facts with this Haitian Revolution thing. I'm tired of people disrespecting and making it look like Black Americans didn't have 100,000 free peoples of color, people that was already free before 1804, that like we wasn't fighting in the 1526 slave revolt, right? The New York slave revolt in the 1700s, the Gullah Wars, the Seminole Wars, right? Stonewall Rebellion, multiple wars we was fighting and winning, and we was walking around free with pew-pews and everything. This is what the Stonewall Rebellion is about, right? And they act like we twiddled our fingers and sat back and did like this and said, oh shit, some Haitians are fighting, let's start fighting after 200, 300, 400 plus years. So I just want to kind of clear some history up because there's a lot of fake history going on. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Let me know what y'all think.
I have a genuine question, right? I see a lot of Black Americans that are like, yay, excited about the TPS ending, send the Haitians back. My question is why? Why are you guys so adamant about sending them back? What have they done to you guys that you feel like send them back? I did hear some of the takes.
Now it be people saying stuff online and y'all get online. I guess that's their content. But you got people saying stuff back and forth, and people just saying stuff back and forth. Y'all got to deal with them people. We don't got nothing to do with them people. We want our land back and them YT people to stop playing with us with immigrants and playing them on us. All that other stuff, we don't know what y'all talking about. But y'all got to go at them people with that. The same people y'all that they always partner with to handle things. Let me know.
On TikTok that, you know, a lot of them in Florida voted for Trump. But I need to say, right, the majority of Haitians have family back home, and they would love for their family back home to come to the United States. And what kind of group do you think that falls under? Democrats. So majority of Haitians will not vote for Trump, right? Will not vote Republican because they are looking for, you know, betterness for their family to come here. So if we do have a few Haitians that were born here in America, that's Americanized, okay, that believes in the Republican dream, of course they're gonna vote that way. That's because they have no family back home. They can care less for back home. But I will honestly tell you, the majority of them will vote for whatever fits their family, whatever works for them is what they will vote for. So we can't crucify a whole country because of 5-10% of them that voted for Trump. Now let's talk about black men when it came to that voting. Let's talk about black men when it comes to Kamala Harris. Where were they at? We willing to throw things at other people, but we can't even sweep our own backyard. Is that what we're doing? So Haitians, go home Haitians, because you voted for Trump, and we try to tell you you voted for Trump. But black men, it's okay, you made a mistake. Next time, just don't vote for Republican. Like, we have to understand sometimes we cannot crucify other people that's looking for a better life. These people, they actually have nothing. They have nothing, right? They have nothing. And why don't they have nothing? America, France, everybody else that, you know, that does what they need to do when it comes to these little countries. Oh, send them back home, send them back home. But these white folks, whenever they're done working, where they go to retire in Haiti, they go by these nice, pretty neighborhoods and say, oh, I want to retire next to the beach. I want to retire here. I want to retire there. They have lands. They have everything. You know, the only people that doesn't have a problem flying to Haiti right now? White folks. Haiti's on a level 4. But every single day, you see them in Labadie all day long. So can we not, like, do that? Can we change how we are as as people? Because let me tell you something. When you walk into a room, they're black, you're black. Before they can find out your nationality or what country, little island you came from, you're going to be 6 feet under. And after they'll be like, oh, this Haitian guy was blah, 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 blah. Oh, this black American guy did blah, 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 blah. So we need to understand sometimes, why do we hate other people? For no apparent reason. Zero.
I don't even know where to begin. Wow. Yeah, this type of behavior needs to be studied. It really does. Temporary, keyword being temporary, protected status ended. That's it. It ended, right? It had plenty of extensions, right? And folks could have gotten green cards or got the paperwork going. It didn't happen. It is what it is, right? And secondly, just for the record, you guys keep on blaming the United States for the corruption and the instability and just, horrible, deplorable conditions in your country. You keep on talking about how the United States stole gold from you. But your beef is with France, because Haiti had borrowed a significant amount from American banks and German banks. Y'all don't talk about Germany, though. You always talk about us. And with the instability that you guys had over there, I think you had 6 presidents in like 4 years. The U.S. acted to secure those assets that could have been looted or mismanaged, and to fulfill the international debt obligation that you guys had. You can't blame us for the destabilization of a region that was already destabilized. The only reason that financial safeguard even happened is because y'all were out of control. And you guys kind of still are. So I don't understand that part of it. Y'all's beef is with France, the ones who had y'all taking loans out to pay for your freedom, basically, the freedom tax that you guys had to pay. Stop with the whole United States had something to do with it. And you use that one little talking point. Nobody wants to talk about the billions of dollars that we send in aid. Nobody wants to talk about that. You guys only want to try to find excuses. I see a lady like this asking a question. I feel like it's disingenuous. And she skates over the issues. She skates over everything. And then got the gall to turn around and blame Black American men because you guys believe that we're a voting Democrat bloc or something. Like, we are not a monolith, and Black Americans are waking up. So that's bullshit. I don't like the guilt trips that you guys try to do. You know, you sit back and you purport all of these talk.
I don't like how they try to throw, like they always do that. We the punching bag for y'all. We ain't that no more. It's just every time something happened, black man, and she tried to play that to get with the sisterhood crowd, but know that they gon' even the sisterhood crowd we got something that's gonna stand on cold business. So she thought she was gonna play that and play us. Check it out.
Talking points and assumptions about us as a people group, and you're completely wrong. And then you land the plane with two very stereotypical talking points. If we looked like you're going to be 6 feet under. We look the same. People don't know what we... Shut up with that. That is the stupidest thing. And they know who the hell we are over here. We're not the same. You know who we are. And you know you're not us. But you keep on pushing this flat blackness that we're the same. That's bullshit, right? Okay? Knock that shit off. And then finally you center the white tea man. Do you know who can come to Haiti? White tea. Your beloved white tea man. I'll keep centering that white tea boy. Y'all pedestalize him. You use that as your benchmark? We've been smacking him, putting belt to ass forever. Okay? He's tired of us. We resist. We don't run. We don't flee to another country and then blame that. And then, why would you even flee to a country you don't like? So many things. I just, protect y'all's energy. That's all I had to say. Have a good day.
Now, I want to know what y'all think about this in the comment section. You know, it's been a lot of back and forth going on, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. Them people got something to do with that. I want to know what y'all think about this, man. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.